Greetings viewers, Sun God 2009. Greetings viewers, Sun God 2009. Today I'm going to do a comparison to see how far the Macbook has came. This is not my computer, this is the school working computer, so I'm just, right now this is a good opportunity for me to use it and to test a comparison from a 2015 MacBook Pro versus a 7-year-old MacBook and to see how far it come. Now, to make things a little fair, this MacBook, I'm pretty sure you all seen my video on them. I spoke about it, I did a little rant, I suppose you can call it. And I have upgraded this to an SSD. I have done a lot of service, and I believe I mentioned in one of my videos that I bought this computer for at least $50, so it's kind of cheap. I won it at a eBay bid. Not every computer is like that, but it's acceptable. And yes, there's a lot of damage, on the top, and yeah, there's cracks and bruises. But overall, this computer works. This here is the School District 2015 MacBook Pro Retina. This is an awesome looking. This is a pretty good computer. I will give it that. And it's aluminum, and I expect no damages out of them. I don't expect it to be perfect, but it looks pretty good compared to what Apple has done over these years. Now, if you look onto the side of this 2010 MacBook, this is the last time they've had the optical drive installed, I believe. This is the last one, and this is the last version of the white MacBook before they switched to the Pro, because they already knew that the plastic on one of these would get brittle over time, and the design will start to look like shit, if you ask me. Which is why they switched to aluminum. And yes, I can understand that part can be expensive, and it requires a lot of craftsman machinery to make something like this. I mean, I have to ask myself, oh my god, look at this. This is sweet. It looks awesome. It looks kind of thin here. I like how they did it a little bit. I mean, it's good, but at the same time, it's pretty suitable for the working need, and at the same time, these are still going to be prone to damages, just like this one is. But I will say I am kind of impressed with this look. I actually like the aluminum look. It looks pretty great. I mean, but over time, when you bang on it and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure there's going to be dents and stuff like that. But at least you won't be able to see cracks like you can on this. I mean, this one, yeah, it took a beating, but it works. And above all, the trackpad is kind of sunken in because it's missing a few little pieces. I'm going to be looking into finding the screw pieces and stuff, and then putting that in. Hopefully this computer will go back to working in its normal glory state. Well, let me rephrase that. Let me fix the trackpad in its normal working state. Yeah. Nice one, imbecile. Anyway. On the side, of course, the ports are the same as always. You have the MagSafe charger, the Ethernet, the FireWire, 2 USB, and a headphone jack. And of course, as you know, on the other side, there's as I said, there's the optical drive. I believe this is the last of the optical drive. And if you look at the 2015 model, I want to be very careful with it. I don't want to damage it. Okay, we have a MagSafe. We have Thunderbolts, which you don't see on the older model because these came out later. I believe it started in either 2013 and 2014. Don't quote me, I may be wrong. And then you have the USB 2.0 port right here, and a headphone and microphone jack right here. But moving on to the other side, you have a SD card reader, I believe, right here, where you can put it in, the HDMI, and another USB, but no optical drive because it is obsolete. But overall, I will say I am kind of impressed with the design. And then once you open it, yeah, you can even tell the design has changed. This is, by the way, just to let you know, the difference is this is a 13-inch MacBook and this is a 15-inch Retina. And I will tell you, the Retina has a more beautiful quality, which you would expect because you're paying more out of your pocket by doing this. But the keyboard layout, it's good. It's not terrible at all. It's pretty good. But I like the fact that it lights up. I mean, that looks pretty cool. I mean, I will tell you, at night I do get blind when I'm typing in the dark. I have this light off, and these lights on these backlit keyboards, they will come in handy. I wish they could do it on all the laptops. I mean, I have to say that's pretty impressive thinking there on the MacBook side, on Apple's side of the view, because people like me who try to work at night while the light is off, yeah, it becomes a hassle. So I think what Apple did here was actually an ingenious idea, and other manufacturers should think about doing something just like that. Instead of making those standard keyboard, just put an LED backlights on it, and it will make it look pretty good for anybody who wants to use this stuff at night. Of course, we already know this one doesn't have it because it's old. Now the trackpad looked almost identical, except this one is aluminum. So this is impossible to crack. However, if I'm not mistaken, the screw bits and whatever that holds in is similar to this one. In fact, this one is also right here is plastic. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there, yeah, there's a crack. Another reason why this thing is going obsolete. And this is not aligned right because I didn't get the screw in place, but there's also one more screw that's missing in this middle. That's a pressure point that helps me push the trackpad like it should be, and now I can't do nothing with it, which makes this thing totally useless. But I will say that also we have a webcam. I tested the webcam, and I'm gonna tell you, based on I tested behind the camera, and I will say, based on my general opinion, there's nothing different about the webcam. Nothing different at all when it comes to quality. So, yeah, I did not see any concept in that. I wish I could say I did, but yeah. Dream on, man. Dream on. But anyway, also just to let you all inform you, this thing, yes, it has an optical drive, but it is no longer in there because I swapped it and I added a secondary hard drive in there, and I'm using it for Time Machine. This thing does not have that option. Now there is something I don't like, and I'm going to bring it out. And some of you Apple lovers and whatever you want to call yourself, or diehard Apples out there, I want to make something clear. One of the things I don't like about this 2015 MacBook is the fact that they soldered the damn RAM onto the board. What a stupid idea. I mean, if you want to upgrade one of these days, well, why do you need to solder the darn RAM onto the board? That makes no sense. Oh, that's right. You want to make your Apple computer a throwaway computer so you can buy new ones, which is, in my opinion, the stupidest idea that I have ever heard of. And another problem with one of these, right? This one uses what's called an M-SATA SSD. The M-SATA SSD is kind of like that, is like a long stick. Yeah, it's like a long looking memory stick. And I know that they are kind of expensive out of the market. They were expensive when they came out, but in my opinion, that is completely unnecessary. But at least it's upgradable. I mean, people like me. I mean, we can get ourselves if we were to have one of these, we could get ourselves a Samsung Evo, 1 TB, and put that in here, and it's okie dokie from there. But the fact of the matter is, they soldered the RAM onto the board, which is so stupid. Why? What's the point in it? That is so ridiculous. I mean, if I want to upgrade the RAM performance, at least, why would you take away my RAM? Why would you take away the RAM from me? Why can't I upgrade that stuff? See, that what turns me off. They make these computers so darn. They make it look good, but at the same time, they take the fun out of it, and I think that's completely wrong. Shame on you, Apple. I mean, on this one, right? This is a 2010 MacBook. Yes, it's old, but at the same time, what can I do with this one? I can upgrade the RAM. I can take the RAM right out and put another RAM in. This uses DDR3 memory. Same thing with this one, but except this one is soldered. I can do whatever I want with this. Yes, it's old and beat up, but I can still do whatever I want with it. That's another ridiculous one. Oh yes, another one. Another thing. This is also the last, and I mean it, the last MacBook Pro that uses mSATA SSD. So buyers beware and be warned. If you are planning to buy a 2016 MacBook Pro, whether it's touch MacBook Pro or just the MacBook Pro itself, be forewarned that you will not be able to upgrade anything on that one. This is the true story. And I kid you not. You will not be able to upgrade on that. What do I mean by that? You will not be able to upgrade the RAM. You will not be able to upgrade the SSD. Why? Because the imbeciles at Apple, yes, I'm calling them imbecile, the imbeciles at Apple decided to solder that onto the board too. And if you want to upgrade, well, throw this computer away and buy an upgraded one. Spend a couple more $1,000. Are you out of your freaking mind? This is not funny. That's not a joke. I might as well take this computer and throw it into your nunchuck, so you wouldn't have to take a piss in the morning. So see how you feel, how you screw people over like that. You make it harder for people like myself who would like one of these to, you turn the fun off. And that's ridiculous. That's very sad. I hate that. That's just ruining everything, and I'm very disappointed with that. Very disappointed. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to see new technology and technology advances, but this is just my biggest problem with these is they just take the fun right out of it, and it's not fair. It's not fair at all. But I know I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, perhaps I don't own an Apple. Well, I do. It's 2010. Hell, I even own that old one right there now. It's a PowerBook G4. It's now called a Hackintosh, which I'll get to in a minute. This is ridiculous. But anyway, enough of my ranting and raving. Let's just turn them both on. I expect this 2015 to exceed the 2010, because we all know 2010 is old. Just to give you a visual quick spec of it, this is a 2010 MacBook, mid 2010 MacBook, and it has an Intel Core 2 Duo running at 2.4 gigahertz, running 8 gigs of RAM, and running 240 gig SSD on this one. Moving on to the MacBook Pro. This is running an Intel Core i5 2.7 gigahertz processor. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's a dual core. What do you expect? They're both dual cores. Well, actually, I would expect it to be a quad core, but either way, yeah, they're both dual cores. different generation apart. And this one has 8 gigs of RAM and a 128 gigabyte SSD. Well, good news is that the SSD on this thing is upgradable. So there's no problem in doing that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get both of them powered on and let's see which one runs faster. So just give me a minute. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, the 2010 Macbook made it to the startup the fastest, which is very impressive, which is what I expect. And the 2010, yeah, they took a bit to get to the startup menu. It's not perfect. Again, it's old. What do you expect, right? But either way, it did its very best. So now just give me a minute. I need to sign in for a moment. I don't need you to peek. Alright, here we go, logging in. As you can see, the 2015 made it faster. The 2010 tried. It's barely doing it. Let me Apple Q that. Okay. Not bad. The only difference is this one is running El Capitan. That one is running OS Sierra. Yes, that's right. A 2010 MacBook running an OS Sierra, and it's running just fine. Running like a clock. Yes, it's a little sluggish, not too much, but it runs like a clock. Amazingly, Apple still support this product right here, even though as old as it is. But yes, the only thing I will not test is the battery life because I bought a cheap battery for this one and therefore it's screwed up. Now I gotta buy a replacement battery. Hopefully this thing will have a better battery life after that. But other than that, everything is running in the background. I don't want to mess with this one because this is a school computer. And no, I will not open this one because again, this is a school computer. So I'm leaving this one alone. Okay? Alone. So don't tempt me to do that. Now, let's see something here. Alright, let's see. I am going to try to attempt to open all the application. You should be able to do it at the same time. Look how fast it's responding to that. That responded quicker than I expected. I expect to see that on a 2015 MacBook. That is not bad at all. Well done. I will say Apple did a good job with making its performance a lot better. It's not perfect, but it's a little better. So, well done. Well done, Apple. You've done very well by doing that. I will say that I'm very impressed with the product so far, what it can do. So now let me see if I can close it. Yes, I agree. Now shut up and leave me alone. No, I am not interested in it now. Skip. I don't care. I'm gonna cancel that right now. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-uh. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Well done. It's just saying there's free upgrades to the El Capitan. I'm not planning to upgrade it, and I'm not planning to put Sierra on it, not unless I get the school district permission. So that's how fast this one will run. So if that's the case, let's put this to the side. Let's see how fast this one will go. I wouldn't be surprised if it beat the hard drive's expectation. That would be great. I'm probably going to overwork the processor. Oh, come on. Yep, I'm overworking the processor. Look at that. It's not happy. It's trying. It's trying to keep up, as expected from an old MacBook such as this one. Oh god, I didn't mean to push that button. Look at that. It's opening. It's taking its sweet time opening. Again, I'm putting a cheap upgraded SSD on here. It's not as great as the 2015 MacBook, but you know, it's acceptable. I don't expect it to be super fast because it's an old model. I don't care about that. I'm pretty sure the CPU is spiking very hot because it's now overworking everything. It's not very happy. I'm not worried about that right now. Oh, okay. It's letting me go ahead. Am I gonna worry about that? Yep. As some of you are witnessing, yes, this thing is taking its sweet time, and that's what you get from an Intel Core 2 Duo processor from a 7-year-old machine. Now, in this case, some people would throw this computer away because they have no value to it. I personally wouldn't do that. In fact, I would say that I keep this computer because it does have some special value. I put a lot of work into it. I made it up to 8 gigs of RAM. I also put an SSD to make it a little faster, so it deserves a bit of credit. And you know what? I'm not gonna even bother getting rid of it. It's gonna stay with me regardless. It is not the perfect computer in the world, but it will do the job. I mean, I ran my Final Cut Pro on here. Funny thing, you really should be running it on something like this because it does a better job with it. But you know something? I still love this computer regardless, so I still use it no matter what. Compared to my gaming computer is pretty powerful, but I like their Final Cut Pro, so I pretty much stick with this old computer over that, and I don't want to modify the school district computer. Then I'm probably gonna get in trouble for it, and I don't want to deal with that. So, I'm gonna do the right thing and just do my own computer. Cause, hey, the idea behind it is you don't want to ruin another person's a computer that doesn't belong to you. You got to think about that. It's like you borrowed a computer from somebody, and you got to give it back. And the last thing you need is if you break it, that person has lost a couple $1,000s, and you owe them a couple $1,000s on that particular computer. That's not something I want to deal with myself. So that's why I'm making sure I be careful when it comes to using these. I expected that. So yeah, these MacBook, yep, there we go. These two MacBooks, they're something. They're very special. They're pretty good, actually, to be honest with you. They're both good computers. And I know they both run a time machine and they do what they're supposed to do. I will be honest with you, and I'm going to make my bet already. This thing has better battery life than these two. Apple's been notorious for having better battery life on their laptop until they brought out that 2016 Touch Bar, and that's when everything went down the toilet. So, yeah. Way to go on that one, Apple. You finally decided to ruin your brand. And worse, in the 2016 MacBook Pro and the Touch Bar, well, just the Touch Bar, well, you decided to get rid of the MagSafe, which is one of the stupidest things you could have ever done. And I can see how your value is going to go down the toilet because of your stupidity. And I hope you suffer for that, Apple. I really do, because that's just stupid the way you do things. But anyway, alright, 1, 2, 3, shut down. Well, this one went fast. Unfortunately, this one took its time to shut off. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Dinosaur technology. Well done. But yeah, that's Apple. And I will say, Good job. This one is a winner. And this one will be the best winner you could ever have. Sadly, there comes the part where Apple's stupid price comes in. And yes, I'm going to call it stupid price because I don't think this should be $1,500. I think the best price for these should be at least around $500. I think that sounds about right, because if you want to give me $1,500 or up to $3,000, I would expect a quad core out of this as well, not just a just an aluminum. And oh my God, it has a awesome soldered in RAM and a SSD that's expensive. Yeah, I understand the SSD MSATA is expensive. Good, that's fine. But come on, you got to do better than this. Come on, Apple, you got to do better. Well, let me show you a bonus, shall I? Yeah. This one is a very old one. This is what I call the Hackintosh now, me and my friend, and you will learn why I call it the Hackintosh. This is a 2003 PowerBook G4. I believe this is this is the 2004 PowerBook G4. My fault. Had optical drive, still has it in there. Has a 80 gigabyte hard drive on it. Has modem, Ethernet, FireWire, 2 USB, and a dongle for the projector, and a headphone jack. So yeah, this is Bernard the Old Relic. Now you get ready. This is why I'm going to call it the Hackintosh. Ready? Oh, Apple lovers, diehard Apple fans, and old Apple enthusiasts. If I were you, I would cover my eyes. I would get out of this channel now, because I know some of you are going to cringe by looking at it, but it's the truth. And I don't care if you get mad at me. I'm going to show it anyway. That's right, the Hackintosh. Oh my God, it looks so sad, but it still works. Yes, the trackpad works. Yes, the keyboard works. Now hard drive is easily accessible. Why did me and my friend do this? Well, we did it for a couple of reasons. One, it's a pain in the ass to get to the hard drive. We tried, did every letter of the book to get the top part off, and we succeeded, we got it out. But then the pain in the ass part is to put it back in together, because Apple came up with this stupid design of, well, let's put it right here on the top, but you gotta go through the whole thing to take this thing apart. The whole nightmare. And then you gotta put it back together, and then you gotta put the shield back in and all that. That was so stupid. Yes, this thing is obsolete, but really, come on, man. You would have to ask yourself, like, what was Apple thinking doing this? They must have been smoking marijuana. But just to show you how good it is, how much it works. Can't miss. Yep, there's the classic bong. That LED light should come on. Well, at least the screen is coming on. Yeah, this is pretty old. But it's running OS Tiger. Some of you can remember the OS Tiger. Technically, I wanted to run the OS Leopard on here, but oh yeah, it crashed. Oh wow, whoop-de-doo, it crashed. How cute is that? First boot, it crashes. That was funny. That is very funny. Let's try it again. Second time I got good luck, but let's see if I'm lucky now. By the way, the one of the RAM slot on this thing is broken, so it's only reading the onboard memory, not the one I put in. So it reads as 512 megabyte, which is half a gig. Yeah, Apple decided to crash. That is funny. That is very funny. Oh well, that's a relic for you. This is where it stops. This is where the boat stops. Nothing more you can do. So, what am I planning to do with this computer? I'm just holding on to it. I mean, there's no value in it. No point in even getting rid of it anyway. So, yeah, that's Apple. Apple. I hope you enjoy this video. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see any more videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. And subscribe to my friend Don't Say Toxic. And I'll continue making more videos as soon as I'm done having fun with this Ferrari La Ferrari.